What's going on, you guys? Jay here and welcome back to the channel. We've got big news coming in on that dormant wallet that's been linked to the Terraform Labs final judgment and case. This wallet has just made a big transfer. Another 1075 BTC has been moved. This is totaling in at around $62.8 million. But there's definitely more to this story than meets the eye. And today I'm going to be diving deep into what this actually means for the Terra ecosystem and, more importantly, Luna Classic holders. So here's the deal. Dokwon, the co-founder of Terra, is still in Montenegro waiting on the court's extradition ruling. The question remains, will he head back to South Korea or is he going to end up in the United States? While all of this unfolds, there's still a lot going on behind the scenes. Arkham Intelligence has reported that this 1075 Bitcoin transfer was only the third transaction from the wallet since Terra Luna crash back in May 2022. It's a massive move. The fact that it's tied directly to Terraform Labs raises eyebrows. You might be asking, what's the purpose of this transfer? Well, one major theory that's been floating around is that it could be part of those court-ordered penalties. As we know, back in April this year, Kwon and Terraform Labs were ordered to pay $4.5 billion in fines and disgorgement fees, and this was to go to the SEC. With this new transfer that's just gone down, it looks like Terraform Labs might be obeying that final judgment and truly winding down its operations just as the courts ordered. But more importantly, things that are more or less outside of the jurisdiction of the SEC, and they outright stated this in the final judgment that everything is reliant on Dokwon's compliance. Well, it seems that compliance is truly there. Now, here's where things get really interesting, especially for the LUNC community. Terraform Labs has officially announced that the shuttle bridge will be shutting down around the end of October this year. So for those of you who don't know what the shuttle bridge is, it's a mechanism that's used to transfer assets between Terra and Ethereum networks, BSC and Harmony. With that bridge closing, all of those assets tied to it will be burned, and it's a significant amount. So this is a massive moment for LUNC holders. Not only will the shuttle bridge assets be burned, but it's also widely speculated that this could include the USTC holdings that are inside the Luna Foundation guard. Imagine the scale of a burn if LFG finally destroys all of the USTC it's been holding on to since the crash. The timing of this actually lines up perfectly with the shuttle bridge shutdown. You guys, we could be on the verge of one of the biggest burns in LUNC history. This could be the moment where Terraform Labs clears the decks, burning shuttle bridge assets, LFG held USTC, and fulfilling their court obligations all at once. Here's the interesting part when it comes down to the movement of these Bitcoins. As part of those bankruptcy proceedings, all Terraform crypto assets were ordered to be destroyed, not liquidated. This could be the first signs of the court-ordered shutdown, which could also mean a massive burn for Terraform assets like LUNC and USTC. Think about it. If these funds are part of Dokwon's legal obligations, this burn could reduce the supply, making LUNC more valuable in the long term. That's such an important point, that burning is not instant, it takes time. This adds further credibility to the idea that TFL is in fact winding down and complying. It strengthens the case for this bullish outlook we have currently on LUNC. Okay, let's take a look at the wallet activity when it comes down to these Bitcoins that have been transferred. And we can see they've moved from that current wallet to a brand new wallet shown here as Wallet B. But what's next for these funds? Well, while the final destination actually remains kind of unclear, we could just be seeing asset liquidation, especially as TFL was required to reimburse investors and pay off fines. This is likely just one of many moves to come from TFL as they continue their wind down. So let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. As Terraform Labs complies with these orders, LUNC holders could be in for some more bullish news. Think about it. If Terra assets are being burned and removed from circulation, with Binance continuing its monthly LUNC burns, it's going to help tighten the supply even more. I just want to take a quick second to thank Margex again for sponsoring the channel this month. As a trader, I know how important privacy is, which is why I chose to work with Margex to begin with. I don't have to worry about sharing my personal information, there's no KYC required, and the platform offers up to 100x leverage, all while knowing my identity has never been revealed. The interface is incredibly user-friendly, and it's making it easier for me to navigate and execute my trades. So if you're looking for a reliable, private, and efficient trading experience, Margex is definitely the way to go. I'll leave links to sign up in the description below. Grab yourself a bonus now, and let's get back to the video. At the end of the day, Terraform Labs is taking huge steps towards winding down, and this latest Bitcoin transfer is just part of that process. But for LUNC, this is a glimmer of hope. Reduced supplies, burns continuing, and a market cycle that favors upward momentum. And with Shuttlebridge assets burning by late October, we could see even more positive momentum. And if you're an LUNC holder or just watching from the sidelines, this is definitely a time to keep a close eye on what happens next, because it could be an absolute game changer. If you look at the current situation with the USTC repeg, this provides a substantial amount of propellant that can be used and utilized to restore the original system. If we start to look at stable coins like DAI, we can understand that bringing a decentralized stable asset that is heavily over collateralized is possible, and we can weave the very complex nature of the SEC and we can fall under compliance. This is a situation where we're beginning to see a lot of CEXs attempt to make their own stable assets. As regulations become tighter, this allows them to have more clarity on what they can and cannot do. And it seems like Tether itself is going to be dethroned in the crypto ecosphere. And I would say to everybody in the Lunar Classic community, it seems like the universe seriously wants us to do something. The more we begin to look into it, the more we begin to research it, we understand that we may only have one shot at this, but nonetheless, this shot is being loaded up with a serious amount of gunpowder. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of these macro factors that are coming into play. And ultimately, we've got a lot of burning, which is guaranteed at this point. It's all just down to that 30th of October timeline. We know TFL are not going to be able to interact in the future, and it seems like everything looms around that 30th date that's been put forward by them and the final judgment. So look, if you enjoyed this update, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to stay informed so you don't miss out on any future LUNC updates. And until next time, you guys, stay bullish and keep your eyes on the charts. And as I always say, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. I'll catch you in the next one.